Secure research environments provide researchers with timely and secure access to sensitive research data, computation systems, and common analytics tools for speeding up scientific research in the cloud. Research Gateway from Relevance Lab enables you to create secure research environments. The roles involved in configuring, managing, and using such environments include project administrators, information governance leads, and researchers. The main building blocks of the solution include data management, secure research environments with access to study data, and an egress application for exfiltration of results. Let's take a look at each of these building blocks. The project administrator logs into the portal and creates projects. The project administrator can create a special type of project called a data library project, which is used to manage sensitive research data. In the data library project, the project administrator creates a study bucket using the launch form. Within the study bucket, the project administrator creates folders for each of the datasets. For example, cancer data. This folder will be mapped to an internal study that can be assigned to a project. Optionally, the project administrator can also create additional buckets in the data library project, called ingress buckets. Ingress buckets are used by researchers to bring in their own code or data to the project. The project administrator assigns a researcher to the data library project. He then shares the ingress bucket with the researcher. Each of the folders created in the study bucket will be mapped to a unique internal study created from the studies screen. The internal studies can be mapped to research projects. Workspaces in the research projects can then securely access the data in the internal study. In this way, the data has been brought in and made securely available to the secure research project. The researcher ingress bucket is also mapped to an internal study and assigned to the secure research project to which the researcher is assigned. This allows the user to upload data and use it in a project without being able to download the data from the secure project. The project administrator can also configure secure research projects where secure remote desktop workspaces can be provisioned to analyze the sensitive data mounted as internal studies. Let's now take a look at the second building block. Using the secure research environment. When the researcher logs in, she sees the projects she has been assigned to. In the data library project, she has access to the ingress bucket that has been shared with her by the project administrator. She can upload any code or data that she wants to bring to the project. This data will be accessible to her workspace via the associated internal study. In the secure research project, the researcher has access to a secure research desktop in the catalog. While provisioning a secure workspace, she can choose to mount the internal studies made available to the project by the project administrator. The workspace takes a few minutes to launch as Research Gateway creates the instance and configures it to securely access the data. The researcher can now connect to the remote desktop in a new browser tab. The Secure Research Desktop offers a full-featured GUI-based desktop environment. It does not allow any data to be extracted from the remote server either via the clipboard or via file download. The studies selected by the researcher in the launch form are mounted in the Studies folder. The researcher can now access tools like RStudio, JupyterLab, or other software to conduct their analysis. The code which the researcher has uploaded to the ingress bucket and the data in the study bucket is easily accessible for analysis. Once the researcher has completed the analysis, any output files that need to be extracted from the system can be copied to the egress store folder. The researcher can then submit an egress request from the Research Gateway portal. The request goes through 2 levels of approval before the output files can be downloaded. Let's take a look at the final building block: the egress application. The appropriate personnel are notified of pending requests via email. They can then log into the egress application and browse the requests. The Information Governance Lead logs into the egress portal. The Information Governance Lead can search for the request using the request ID provided in the email. He can then approve the request with additional notes and justifications. A similar process is followed by the project administrator to approve the request. Once both approvals are in place, the Information Governance Lead can download the output file and share it with the appropriate researcher. Research Gateway from Relevance Lab makes it easy to set up and manage secure research environments. To know more, contact marketing@relevancelab.com.